All right. So we are now recording for YouMedia Miami. This is now our 11th podcast. So we only have how many weeks left before we go back to school? Well, some of us. Only 3. So before we get started on what would we do, right now, if you had the money to do anything, the first topic is what would you do in that first 3 weeks? So before we go around, before we even get started, let's go around and do an introduction. So I'm Montgomery, or Monty for short, and to my right is
Matthew, or Matt, whichever you prefer.
I'm Matt.
Hi, Monty.
My name is Xavier, but everybody call me Zay.
My name is Christian.
My name is William.
My name is Bethany.
I'm Mayard.
All right. So as I posed the question, 3 weeks are left before we go back to school. So if you had the money to do anything, what is it that you would do? So let's go around the room. Matthew, since you're not in school, we'll skip you.
I am in school.
School is not life. Life is not school.
I'm in university.
I mean,
Fine. What would you do?
What do you just give me? Go ahead.
Me go on vacation
Where?
to Bahamas.
Okay.
I
But
don't-
how?
But how? Yeah, I don't know.
Would you go by boat? Air?
Did you buy your own plane?
See, I'm scared of both of them. That's why I said I don't know. But I don't know, like anything. So basically, or to go to Orlando somewhere.
Okay. All right. Good question.
Well, first I'll buy myself like cars and jets, and then go to Hawaii.
You know there's no bridge to get to Hawaii.
Hey, myself, I put them on the boat. I put them on
The ferry?
yeah,
Ferry them
all of it, all of it.
Why don't you just start in Hawaii with the cars?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that right there.
I mean, if I was gonna be to be funny and stuff, I'd buy the entire Disneyland and Disney World. I'd have everyone come for free, and we party every single day of the week.
Nice.
Right? And right.
You wouldn't charge them more?
No.
To make more money?
No, because if you invite the people and you have an amazing time, and then
they
they
would
spread your
want to
name
come back.
around, I don't know. I mean, fame is worth more than Miami. Or fun. Fun is more.
I guess.
I guess so.
What if you charge them afterwards? Like you can't leave unless
I
you...
charge them with love.
All right. So Bethany.
all right. What I would do is I would go out with my friends, go to Super Worlds and bowling and stuff, cause I just want to have fun. If I I just go out a lot.
Okay, so you stay local.
Spoil myself.
There you go. All right. So Maynard, go ahead and give us your ideas. I'm very curious about your ideas.
Just buy manga and anime.
Would you like to elaborate about your idea about banking your holidays or returning all your animes?
No, I would never return my anime.
Or you return all your mangas?
No! I
You
would
s-
just...
So what would you return?
How about I buy a golden jet or something that costs millions of dollars?
Okay.
And then I return it and get millions of dollars.
But nobody makes a golden jet. It's just too heavy to fly.
Too heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be painted gold. Because it looks expensive.
Okay.
That's it?
Oh, I didn't think about it. Well, I could buy cars and stuff, but I don't have a driver's license. And
You can get a chauffeur who to drive you.
what if I don't know them and then I have to drive them around?
keep
Well-
the car until you get your
No stranger danger. Okay. You gotta think about that.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. So you mentioned Disney, and I'm sure all of us have been to Disney at one
haven't
point or
been
another.
To Disney. I have never been.
You've never been to
I've
Disney?
never been anywhere
No.
but
Been to
Florida and
Disney?
Jamaica. That's it.
No.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Home.
That is
So
sad.
I
You're not
would
missing
like.
much.
What? That's not sad. That's just
I'm
an
not.
experience.
It's not that funny.
Childish experience.
Okay,
Child experience.
then let's talk about Disney, good and bad.
The good.
The good? I'll start with myself, being that I'm the oldest here. I was 8 years old, and I remember my first trip to Disney in Orlando. And the Electric Street Parade happened towards the end of the night. And I remember specifically getting a kiss being blown to me from, I don't know, it was Alice in Wonderland or Cinderella, but I'm like in love with this woman who I'm just 8 years old. So I was miserable when I left, but it was one of my fondest memories. And of course, now that I have children, it's one of those things that I love to see Disney through their eyes. And now that the fact that
So do you get
Disney
emotional when you watch Cinderella then?
or Snow White, it goes either way. But now that the fact that we're having so much more stuff coming to Disney, such as Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land, it gets me even more excited because I'm a big geek and I love all this stuff. So what are your famous memories of going to the park?
All I remember going when I was little is being sunburnt to death. So,
Whoa.
To death?
to death.
But you're still here.
I was revived by water, man. I don't know.
So what else, did you have a favorite ride or?
My favorite part of Disney World was Islands of Adventure. That was the best part of the whole thing.
Islands of Adventure?
Yeah.
Universal.
Yeah.
That's messed up. There's no Islands of Adventure in Walt Disney. He's talking about
Yeah.
Universal.
It's Orlando, somewhere.
Everything's Disney. So, who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go. My favorite part is the castle,
Hmm.
cause like in the night, like they'll have a projector that be on the castle, and it like, how you call it, like it brings it to life.
Yes, it
And
does.
and that's what I like about it, and watching all the fireworks and stuff like that.
It's cool.
All right, so for me, it was when I went back to the hotel that day when I was with my family after we saw the tower, the castle. And then I turned on the TV and I saw the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and I was just blown out of my mind by it.
Did you go on the ride before, or? Yeah. That's awesome. So, with one of the things that I also enjoy is eating at the park. And one of the fun things that I had was something called Casey's hot dogs. Basically, it's a long hot dog with like coleslaw and pulled pork, and it's one of the best hot dogs that I've ever had at that park. So I'm a big fan of looking at videos that I watch on YouTube of people commenting on the foods that they serve. So is there a favorite dish you actually had? No?
No, not that I remember.
It'd be so expensive.
It is expensive.
For like the littlest thing ever. It's crazy.
I wouldn't know.
But one of the saddest ones is that because my daughter was like maybe 4, so we took her to the park and we got her chocolate chip pancakes and bacon. So the bacon wasn't fully cooked, so she kind of threw up all over the place. But I'm like, I tried having some of the chocolate chip pancakes. I'm like, I'm not going to throw this out. I'm just going to eat through this. But the cheesecake, there was a tie-dye cheesecake also. That's fantastic. You ever get a chance to do that. So putting Disney aside, is there any other amusement parks that you would ever go to or have gone to, except for
I'm still on
Island of Adventure?
That's how good it was.
I went to Busch Gardens,
Okay. What was your experience at Busch Gardens?
having no money.
How'd you get in?
Well, I spent all my money getting in. So, I had to use the school meal ticket to eat, bruh. And I only bought one slushie. I couldn't buy anything else.
Well, did you enjoy the rides?
Yeah.
What kind of rides did they have?
Well, the Jaguar went by too fast, or the Cheetah, or whatever that was. And then there was this one I went on 5 times, and that was because they kept telling me to get on it 5 times. And I almost vomited afterwards, even though I had nothing in my stomach.
But you had the slushie though.
Nah, that was before I had the slushie.
I have a bad experience from Busch Gardens. I got threw up on. Because I was like standing in line and some girl, I just heard like screaming and then I just see it like all over me. I was like,
Thanks.
Was this in front of a line for the rides?
it happened to me like twice. Like
In the same day?
same day.
Oh my God.
It was so disgusting. Oh my goodness. I was like, no. So I went on like the water ride. So like, it could like.
Nah, when I went to Busch Gardens, I went to almost all the roller coasters, and I think it was when we got to see the Falcon's Fury. Me and my sister just looked up to the top and saw what they did to those people, and we're like, "Oh my God, no! We're gonna go back to Monty because that's my biggest fear right there."
Heights.
It's heights. I can handle rides like that. It's just when they push you that you're looking down and drop you like that.
Oh, you talking about the mega drop, right?
No,
Or
that's
something like
that's
that?
Falcon's Fury. They push you all the way up,
Falcon's
and then when you're all the way to the top, they do this so that you're looking down. They leave you there for like a few seconds, and then they drop you and release you at the last second. I'm like, no, I can handle strong stuff, but no.
Y'all went to the fair, you know the mega drop? It's like you go
Coming
up.
back.
I remember I went on that and like it was just the worst thing ever. Like when you're dropping, it feels like your stomach is just like going like it just feels so weird. I remember my dad, he said I almost had a heart attack. Don't you ever go on that ride again? He was just like, no. I was like, oh my goodness.
No, I had to go on the ride alone because my sister didn't want to go with me. I think it was I forgot what it was called, but I know it had the 90-degree drop. And it's like a bunch of people, so you're just looking out through the whole park, and then you go down. My mom couldn't go on it. My dad can't go on roller coasters, and my sister was just like, no. And I'm like, on this line, and I at least made friends with the people that I was with. So I'm here like talking with them, like, oh my God, my biggest fear, we're gonna do a 90-degree drop. I'm freaking out. And I'm like, okay, people I talk to at least are here with me, because I cannot do this alone.
I would have done the same thing too.
90-degree drop.
Yeah, it's literally like this, and you go like, you're staying there, looking out throughout the whole park, and then it just, woo.
That's cheaper.
Yes.
Wow.
Can't do that.
I cannot do rides that go in circles. Like,
I love those.
like they start out this way and then move, so it's literally just spinning you around. I can't do that. Or even like the whiplash, and it's kind of like a shell ride, and you're going around in a circle within a larger circle, which is like, forget that. That's way too much. But one of the cool things that I like is going on a roller coaster. And being from New York, I would go to New Jersey for Great Adventures, and there was something called the Dueling Dragons, in which you would have one roller coaster racing another one, but one was backwards.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of going up the hill and seeing the first down, if you want the last car, you see nothing but sky going backwards. I thought that was one of the best rides.
Well, they have a ride in Universal called the Dueling Dragons in the Harry Potter section. I went to both dragons.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So any other favorite rides that you would like to mention, or rides you hate?
Rocket Roller Coaster Universal.
Yes,
I hate that.
I love that
I
ride.
love that one because at least they have music there with you.
Yeah.
To hold you through that. Because I'm like, when I started, it was with my aunt and my adopted brother, and we're just like on this ride. I'm here like picking the music. I'm like, oh my God, they have Evanescence. I can do this now. So we're here, we're going up, 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 and all the way down, and I'm like, okay, I had my eyes closed because it's the only way I handle some roller coasters because that one's just damn intense. So we're going on it, and I open my eyes, and I'm like, we're upside down. I'm like, no. Back to close. I have Evanescence. Bring me to life going on in my ears. I'm like, okay, I can do this.
So what about the Hulk? Have you guys been on the Hulk?
Oh, I've been on the Hulk. I didn't have my glasses, so that was okay. Because I couldn't see everything was blurry, so it wasn't that bad. My mom kind of had it hard because the seat was kind of tight on her, and I'm just like, you poor thing. me and my brother, it's just like the time of our lives right here.
Would you not seeing anything though?
Yeah, I can put on my glasses now. I can handle rides with my glasses on. I just don't have to worry about my glasses falling off.
Oh yeah.
Would anyone do like a bungee kind of ride?
Oh
No.
no. It's almost as bad as when you're in Busch Gardens. They have the wooden roller coasters, and I'm like, okay, no. Every other ride, if it's metal, and I know it could have an accident, and I'll still go on it. If it's metal, I trust it. If it's a bungee cord thing going on or wooden, I freak out and I can't get on. I just don't trust it. I feel like I'm gonna have a final destination moment there. It's like it's wooden. Many things can happen.
Well, the metal could be rusted too, you know.
Yeah, but just like the wooden one just freaks me out more.
How many times you saw in news reports that people get stuck on metal rides?
Yeah, but that's
A
like
lot.
a
lot more.
malfunction.
A lot.
And they're metal, as opposed to the wooden cart.
What about termites?
Okay.
It's like when they were I was in we were in Animal Kingdom, my parents, and it was just me, my dad, and my mom, and I wanted to go on Mount Everest, but my dad wouldn't go on the ride, and my mom wouldn't go on it. So we're in front of the ride, and they're testing it, and they're just like, "You're not going on that." But Ma, come on. No one wants to take me. I gotta do it. It's just like they're testing that ride. Something bad's gonna happen. You're not going on it. I'm like, okay.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, we haven't been to Animal Kingdom in a while, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
So, any other favorites? Any other rides you would not get on? Whatever fair.
Mount Everest.
Mount
I wanna
Everest.
get on them. What are
Not
you
get on
talking about?
that. I don't even like roller coasters no more. I grew out of it.
I know, I love them. I still get on them.
Like I feel like ever since I got on a roller coaster and it stopped, like when you're like
I'm out.
upside down in the loop. Nah, I just don't get on it no more.
Me, I don't like roller coaster, period. Like, I'm the type of person talk trash, like, man, I ain't scared of that, man, I ain't scared of that.
No, me, I'm just like, that's how I get my adrenaline rush without
Yeah.
actually doing anything that will kill me.
Yeah, see, that was me. One day, I know, I went to the youth fair, like, it was this boat, it go swing around,
Oh.
so I'm like, I ain't scared. My mom said, then go ahead.
Oh, the cannon.
And I was like, okay, fine then. I said, bro, you want to go? He looked at me. That's your grade. And I was like, so I said, fine then, I got this. And,
As soon as you got into the line, huh?
like, soon I got in line, my heart started beating fast. Like, I'm finna do this, yo. And my auntie said, I just want to run away. And my mom looking at me. So, I'm the oldest brother. So I say, no, I got this. Soon I get on, first thing I'm thinking, like, God, I'm finna meet you today. And then, soon the boat started going, when it went up, I done passed out. I just blacked out. And I'm like, soon we got off, my mom said, how to ride? I said, I don't know.
No, for the fair ones, I'm completely fine with going almost on all of them. I've gone on the Ring of Fury, I think it was in Enchanted Forest, and it was with my cousin, and she's like freaking out because she has her phone in her back pocket, and I'm like, girl, you're not smart. This thing looks like it does this, and then it starts doing the circles, and I'm like, I'm loving it, and she's freaking out about her phone, and I'm like, nah. So we do the zero gravity one too, and it's just my mom can't do it because she has high blood pressure because of the pressure it pushes on you. I'm like, I love this. Everyone else, like in my whole family, the ones that went on fast rides or on hard rides like that, everyone vomited. I'm like, why are you people vomiting? And I'm here like completely fine. I'm like, I don't understand what you people vomiting for.
Mission Space.
Wait, is that in Epcot? I've been on
In
both.
Epcot.
I've been on the soft and the hard.
Yeah,
So you're like a
and
veteran then.
Right.
if you haven't done that, basically, and this goes back to being a ride that goes around in circles. The trick is to don't look this way, don't look that way, just look straight, and you won't feel the sickness. But because you're spinning around, you're getting the sensation of what gravity feels like as you're going to the upper atmosphere. But I'm like, I'm taking that doggy bag with me because I'm going to barf any moment. And of course, I didn't do that, but it was like, I can't believe I actually made it through that.
No, my favorite part is just like I went on the soft one with my mom because she has high blood pressure, so she couldn't go on the hard one. So we went on, and she goes like, "Oh my God, this is so bad." I'm like, "Mommy, this is so soft. What are you talking about?" And I go with my cousin on the hard one. I'm just like, "This is even better." And then we did Test Track. I love that one too. I like every roller coaster that I can get on, I go on.
I like Test Drive. That's the only one I'll probably get on.
Right. No, it's good, right? I like being to go fast, but seeing where you go.
Yeah, that's better.
Unlike my first Disney experience going back to Space Mountain, they
love that
put
one.
me in the front car, and my mom was right behind me, and I have no idea what Space Mountain was. So it's a dark ride.
Yeah.
So I'm like freaking out because like just holding for dear life. But I grew to love roller coasters from that point on. But
My favorite part is like I love that ride because I couldn't see anything, so it made it fine for me. And then I found out it's like a wooden roller coaster in there, and I'm like, wow. But I'm still going on it because I can't see anything, so I don't have to worry about anything happening. It's just complete darkness with those little white dots as the stars.
yeah.
I thought I closed my eyes in that ride, but it ended up just being straight dark.
Yeah, literally.
It was dark.
I mean, you can't see your hand in front of you. That's how bad it is.
And I was sitting in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Never. If I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna sit in like the middle or the end.
No, it was when I went on the ride, it was with my mom's friend and her daughter, and I was in the back with the daughter. So we're doing all this, and at the end of it, my mom's friend's daughter was just crying, and I'm like, why are you crying? You didn't see anything. It was completely dark. It's almost as bad as when my mom was on Tower of Terror in Hollywood Studios. We went on that ride together. I was next to her, and I was holding on to her. My eyes were open the whole time, and she's freaking out, and she goes like, she tells me this way, she's like, Yvette Santana, calma. I'm like sitting next to her, screaming my lungs out. And when the ride ends, she tells me like it was completely dark. I'm like, what are you talking about? When we reach the top, you can see the outside. She goes like, I have my eyes closed in, and it's just like, probably, because my eyes were open throughout the whole thing. And I'm like, at the end of it, I was just like, I want to go again. And she's like, what? No. So we just went to the roller coaster one next to it.
To me, that's the best ride. The elevator.
Yeah, it's not a bad ride, but you know they kind of changed it for the one in California, so it's the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. So I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna work, but whatever. But one of the cool things is Universal. Going to Universal.
Back to Universal. Like, yeah.
We would have also the Halloween Horror Nights, since Halloween is around the corners ish.
Oh, my
Has
mom
anyone
never lets
done
me
any
go on
horror things like that?
I want to go to one so bad, but it's just my parents are just like, we're not taking you. And I'm like, come on. It'll be like an ox. I'll freak out. I'll scream at the top of my lungs, but probably bad things going to happen. It's just like, no, you know, eso es cosa de demonio. Tú no te vas a meter ahí.
I've been to the 25th annual one, and like we walked in, and there was like a girl right near me, and we walked in, and there was a clown with a chainsaw, and like I guess like the first minute that she walked in, she just started busting crying. like I seen grown people crying.
I'm like, I want to go. I want to be freaked out. I just want to do it in a safe environment.
They can't touch you, so like they over here thinking like the chainsaw's real. Like this man like sat down and busted crying.
See,
funny.
I want to go for that reason because I'm gonna be scared. I'm probably gonna cry, but it's gonna be in a safe environment where I know they're not gonna kill me.
like I understand because I started crying too. Like, you know, I was a bad kid then, so my mom say, "So you want to be bad? I got something for you." Like, what are you talking about? So she said, "Don't worry about it. It's a pride." So she took me, my cousin, and my brother. So we went in there and we were like, "Okay, what's going on?" And I just hear a girl just screaming, "Come here, come here, come here." I said,
"Oh yeah." I
said, "You're not finna get me." So I started running. I started running for help, and and she was, and I turned around, and I said, "Okay, where's my little brother?"
Oh my God!
I had his hand, and we were walking. I said, cause like I always taught him, I said, "Man, we finna fight one of them." And soon I heard, "Hey, come here, kid, come here, come here." I just left crying, "Mama, where you at?" And I looked at my hand, I said, "Okay, where's my little brother?"
You let go of your brother while you were running? Oh my god.
So I get, like, I swear I was holding him tight. I just looked at my hand, I'm like, so I'm just doing this, so I'm like, okay, where he at?
I know my best friend told me that she went there and they had the Walking Dead thing going on. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I wish I could have gone. I would have taken my sister there with me so she could be traumatized. I'm just like, every time I think of Halloween Horror Nights, I'm just thinking, let me take Clarissa here. Maybe this will just be revenge of all the time. She just frustrates me. She'll be scared. She'll be traumatized. She'll probably have nightmares. I'm going to be like, yes.
They left me traumatized. I just left Disney Channel on.
SpongeBob.
Oh, I watched a straight cartoon. I ain't even go to sleep that night.
Oh no, I read books. That's how I calm myself down from anything that freaks me out or frustrating.
Well, here's a tip, and this is what I did with my wife before. We went one or two the haunted houses, and I'm like, all right, we had our portable cameras, so we kept flashing anything that touched us. So all the pictures are like weird, like a hand coming out this way, or someone's like, ugh. So it's like, because it's completely dark, their eyes are adjusted to the darkness, not yours. But that flash really screws them out.
They get mad
They get sick
too.
too.
What? I had touched one person, like there was this lady, but her hair was like that. It was black.
Oh, so it's like The Grudge.
Yeah, it was
I've
like-
done that in a pool.
It was the Insidious, all
Yeah.
that. I touched her because I got scared because he was coming close. I was like, she got me. She said, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I was like, okay. Like,
But you're the one trying to freak me out.
Right.
I find myself.
man, never again. I'm probably going to go back for Halloween.
I can't go back. I'm going to run. That's all.
So, all right, so we got a couple more minutes before we have to end the podcast, but let's end on a different topic. So, as far as what we would, let's say, have eaten or want to eat before we go back to school, what's one dish that you want to have right now? Now, leave that
fry.
open.
Tembleque.
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 Oh.
We went, like when we went to convention, I think it was like last week already, they had this Puerto Rican restaurant, and I'm like in heaven there. They had the tripleta, they had tembleque, they had little donuts filled with sugar. It was like a sugar high for me
Are
over
you
there.
talking about Benny's
No.
from around the fair?
No,
Or-
I'm like
okay.
a Puerto Rican restaurant that we went. It was close to Aquatica.
Oh, no, that's the other place. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
Cubans
it's
down
just
here,
like,
Puerto Ricans up there. Yeah,
Yeah. It's Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. They have both.
yeah.
And it's just like a heaven. I'm here like I bought these little round donuts with sugar all over it. And I'm like, I took a picture of the bag and look what I'm eating to my mom. And she goes like, oh, save me some. And I'm like, already I'm like almost done. And it was just like too late. I wasn't gonna get there. And my friend bought tembleque. And I'm like, I never had tembleque. And then she lets me try it. And I'm like, wonderful. It's like heaven.
Yeah. And if you don't know what that is, that's a coconut custard, right? Yeah. So for me, it's the flan, which is just the regular custard with the caramel sauce underneath. It's my crack.
No, my crack was those little donuts of sugar. I ate a lot of them when I shouldn't have. And I'm like, my friend saw how much. I bought 20 of those. I got 19, and one of them was my friend got. And she goes like, you finished that? I'm like, my parents are diabetic. I gotta get sugar where I can get it. Because we have sugar-free everything. Sugar-free ice cream, sugar-free chocolate, sugar-free everything. There's nothing, there's only like peanuts at home, and I can't stand peanuts anymore. And there's nothing with sugar there except the ice cream. I haven't been to
definitely
Golden
gonna go
Corral.
out. That definitely is on my list to go. Just pick out.
Exactly. Like,
No.
You buying.
All
Right.
Let's
Nah, for
Right.
me, we use sugar-free too.
I want to
So
go to
I'm like,
You want to go to?
Golden Corral.
to me and my parents, it was Sundays we would go. On Sunday we would go almost all the way to Fontainebleau to go to this buffet it was called Apple Buffet, and it was this Chinese buffet. It was like quotations because it wasn't even Chinese because they had pizza there and like a bunch of things that weren't Chinese. But I got my sushi fix there, and it's just like when we went there once, my parents had to drive because I was not allowed to drive at the freeway yet. So we drove over there. We got there and we see that it's closed, and we're just like, no, the only Chinese buffet one that we go to, and it's 4 of us, and we pay like $30-something, so it was pretty cheap too. And then we're just like, I'm losing my loss. The only place I got sushi. Because no one in my family likes sushi. Clarissa doesn't like sushi. My dad is not that adventurous, and my mom doesn't like sushi either because they had some spicy stuff there.
Sushi's nasty.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
Oh, it
it's not.
isn't. It's an acquired taste.
Like I didn't even.
It's not acquired, it's delicious.
Exactly. It's just some people.
Magically delicious.
Yeah, some people just deny it and they don't want to accept it.
I had put it in my mouth and I like threw up.
No,
to get a
you
bite
must have
out
not
of it.
gotten good sushi then.
Nah, I tried like 3 different sushi.
Oh, it's okay.
Threw it up, all of them. It's nasty.
My dad.
No, you should see like when my mom and me, we buy, we go to Taco Bell now. So frustrated with that.
I like Taco Bell.
I'm not that crazy about Taco Bell, but now, every time we buy something there, my mom's just like, she has this thing where she finds anything in food spicy, so I don't understand where she gets it from. But we had like those tacos, they have no spice. There's like chips there that are not spicy either, and those cinnamon twist things, there's nothing spicy there. And she's like, everything's spicy. I don't know how you guys can eat it. I taste something spicy. I'm like, Mommy, there's nothing spicy in there. I don't know where she got it from, but every time we eat something and she goes like, there's something spicy, full out spicy. She goes ahead and adds hot sauce in there too, before she even started eating. So she's already eating and she goes like, wow, okay, I shouldn't have done that, but she still finished it on. We're just like staring at her. I'm like, you have to have something Mexican there because there's no way you can be able to eat all of this and still love it. Because she gets Takis every single time she has money. And I'm like, okay, I can handle Takis to a certain extent, but I can't eat that many of them. And she's just like, she has Takis, she adds melons in there too, extra. And I'm like, every time she eats, she adds salt and melon. And I'm like, no.
You just
Mira.
High sodium right there.
So like I get what you're saying. Like Golden Corral, I always wanted to go back there. Like that was my first time. Like when we won like our playoff game, you know, we were going to states to Orlando. So, you know, after the we went to go after the football game, the other people we watched. So we went to go to Corral. I said, "What's Golden Corral?" And they said, "You never been?" I said, "Nah." They said, "Bro, I promise you gonna like it."
I love that chocolate mountain. That's
Yeah,
like that
so-
fountain. That's my
So
thing.
when I walked in there, they said, "You can grab any food you want," and I said, "Say no more."
You forgot your cooler in the car. huh?
Yeah. So I had started grabbing everything. They say, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "You should never said nothing for free." So I started eating, and they told me, "Oh, it's time to go." I said, "You know, I'm for the power." I say, "Why are we leaving? I don't want to leave right now." So they say, "So it's worth it?" I say, "Man, I'm staying." So half of the team had stayed, and the coach say, how y'all gonna get to the hotel? And we said, we'd rather walk. And so then nobody didn't want to leave, so we had got punishment, like penalty period. So and they asked me the next day, so they say, "So do you like going to Corral?" I said, "Man, if I took a penalty period, what you thinking?"
So, if you had to describe the most disgusting thing, but you loved it, what would that be?
Octopus.
Octopus? You like
It's like-
octopus?
Yeah. My mom, like, I remember we were at the Chinese buffet. I ate one, and my mom started freaking out because a leg came out of my, it was like my mouth. And me and my dad are just eating it like it's the most delicious thing. And I'm like, I love how it tastes, but it's just like, it freaks out my mom and my sister, because it's just a little leg came out. I'm like, it's fine. It tastes good. I don't know what you guys are complaining about.
Well, anyone had the bacon sundae from Denny's? It's
Get out
ice
of
cream
here.
with bacon
Yeah.
and
That
maple
sounds
syrup.
That's an
That's
actual
nasty.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a delicious thing.
Thing.
It is a very delicious thing.
That's different.
But the idea of like having cold bacon and ice cream, like, I'm not until I had it.
I don't like the aftertaste.
Nah, that aftertaste probably tastes nasty.
Like sushi.
Exactly like sushi. Oh, I'm telling you. Whew, it was nasty.
He's been traumatized.
I don't know, I don't know if y'all tried this. Me, I feel weird about it because I bought some. I don't know. The flavor tastes like chicken. It's ice cream. So, so
Chicken
I don't
wings.
know. It called like the ice cream. The flavor is chicken. So I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm tired of vanilla.
That's probably good.
It's really good. And you sit there and like, I'm eating it, and I'm like, my mom tasted it. She spit it out. She said, "What is it?" I said, "It's chicken." And she looked at me, chicken. And she started like spitting it out. I said, well, it's good to me. Y'all tripping, man.
I had frog.
You had frog.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
I promise you, it tastes like chicken, like fried chicken.
But you had frog legs or the whole,
Just legs.
just legs?
Yeah, never. I'm not gonna try that whole body now. I don't mess with something like that.
Have you tried crickets? I've heard that it tastes like chicken too.
I heard my friend did. That's nasty.
Like
My
sushi.
dad, every time there's like, we have insects at home sometimes, and there's one time where there's ants inside the cereal. Me and my mom won't touch it because it's just the imagery that we get when we eat. If ants, it's just we'll think that they're crawling inside of it. And they'll want to come out, and it's just like my dad eats it fine. And it's just like if it's protein. I'm like, no, papi. I understand that you are from the campo and you eat things like this, but I wasn't born there, and I came here when I was 8, so I can't handle that.
But yet you have octopus.
Yeah, but
And that's, I see, like crawling back out.
That's nasty.
Yeah, but it's like it's ants, so I can't with ants. It's just I'm picky and I'm weird like that. There's some things that don't bother me and others I just no.
Yeah, my sister's
still
like,
thinking
sugar is
about
made
it.
of ants
Octopus.
anyway. I'm like,
I'm good.
All right, so we're good to go. So thank you guys for another great podcast.
you're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you.